My sister slapped me in front of 300 people at her wedding, because I wouldn't give her my penthouse. Turns out, a judge was watching. Prat 1. I never thought my sister Haley would slap me across the face in front of 300 wedding guests. I'm Mackenzie, a real estate agent who worked my butt off for 5 years, to buy my dream penthouse in downtown Seattle. Our relationship was always complicated. But that public humiliation because I wouldn't hand over my home to her. Unbelievable. The cherry on top. A distinguished family court judge witnessed everything. Let me tell you, this story takes a turn nobody saw coming. Before I dive in, let me know where you're watching from. Hit like and subscribe if you've ever stood up to entitled family members. Growing up in the suburbs of Seattle, my family seemed normal enough on the surface. My parents, Diana and Harold Matthews, provided a comfortable middle-class life for my younger sister Haley and me. We shared a modest 4-bedroom house, took annual summer vacations to the Oregon coast, and participated in the usual school activities. But beneath this ordinary facade, the dynamics between Haley and me were anything but balanced. From an early age, our personalities couldn't have been more different. I was the practical one, saving my allowance, planning for the future and taking my studies seriously. By contrast, Haley was what my parents called a free spirit, which was really their gentle way of saying she expected everything to be handed to her. While I worked part-time jobs throughout high school, Haley spent her time cultivating popularity and expecting our parents to fund her social life. Mackenzie, you need to understand that your sister is sensitive. My mother would say whenever I complained about the obvious favoritism. Not everyone can be as independent as you are. This pattern continued as we grew older. When I graduated high school with honors and a partial scholarship to the University of Washington, my parents threw a modest celebration. When Haley barely graduated 2 years later, they rewarded her with a trip to Hawaii to decompress from the stress. I majored in business with a focus on real estate, fascinated by property development and investment. College wasn't easy. I juggled classes with 2 part-time jobs to minimize student loans. Meanwhile, Haley drifted through 3 different community colleges, changing majors whenever coursework became too demanding. After graduation, I secured an entry-level position at a prestigious real estate firm in Seattle. The hours were brutal, but I was determined to succeed. I lived in a tiny studio apartment with second furniture, saving every possible penny. My 5-year plan included building my client base, earning my broker's license, and eventually purchasing my own home. You work too hard. Haley would comment during our increasingly rare family gatherings. By then, she had moved back home with our parents after another failed attempt at college. Life's about more than just working and saving. Despite her criticism, I remained focused. By 27, I had established myself as one of the top producing agents at my firm, specializing in luxury condominiums. My dream of home ownership had evolved into something specific: a penthouse unit in the newly constructed Emerald Tower, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Puget Sound. For 3 years, I worked overtime, took on difficult clients others avoided, and continued to live far below my means. I skipped vacations, bought clothes from thrift stores, and ate home-cooked meals while my colleagues dined at expensive restaurants. Every sacrifice had a purpose. Then came the pattern that should have warned me about what was to come. As my success grew, so did Haley's requests. Kenzie, can I borrow your designer handbag for this date? I'll return it tomorrow. The bag would come back weeks later, stained or damaged. Kenzie, I need to use your credit card for this online course that will totally change my career path. I'll pay you back next month. The money never materialized. Kenzie, I crashed my car and need to borrow yours for a few days. My car returned with an empty tank and mysterious new scratches. Despite these frustrations, I finally achieved my goal at age 30. After outbidding several other interested buyers, I signed the papers for my dream penthouse, 800 square feet of modern luxury with breathtaking views, a gourmet kitchen, and a private rooftop terrace. The mortgage was steep, but I had run the numbers meticulously. This was my reward for years of discipline and hard work. When I hosted a small housewarming party, Haley's first comment wasn't congratulatory. Must be nice to have so much money to throw around, she said, running her fingers along my new quartz countertops. Some of us aren't so lucky. And by then, Haley had cycled through several retail and restaurant jobs, never lasting more than a few months at each. Our parents continued to subsidize her lifestyle, paying her phone bill and car insurance, even though she was 26. The following year brought a surprising development. Haley met Ryan Blackwell at a charity gala. She attended using a ticket I'd given her. Ryan came from a family with old Seattle money and projected an aura of success with his tailored suits and confident demeanor. Within 6 months, they were engaged. It was absolutely perfect. My mother gushed during a family dinner announcing their engagement. A works in finance and comes from such a good family. I was genuinely happy for my sister. Ryan seemed to adore her. And perhaps this relationship would finally give her the stability and purpose she needed. When she flashed her 3-carat diamond ring, I pushed aside the small voice, wondering how someone who supposedly valued experiences over materialism could be so enthralled by an expensive stone. Little did I know that this engagement would set in motion a chain of events that would culminate in that shocking moment at their wedding, when my sister's hand struck my face in front of hundreds of witnesses, including a family court judge, who would soon play an unexpected role in our family drama.